Hey guys, this is Gael from madridismo.org. Today in the press conference, the whole technical staff of Real Madrid came out, and Jose Mourinho was very funny. He even sung, so that was really good. And he clarified some important points regarding Higuaín, Carvalho, Adán, Kaká. So here you go.
Buenas tardes a todos, bienvenidos. Vamos a comenzar esta comparecencia de prensa con el cuerpo técnico del Real Madrid. Solo recuerden, por favor, que deben identificarse con su nombre y el del medio antes de realizar las preguntas. Muchas gracias. Comenzamos.
Buenas tardes, mister. José Luis Sánchez de La Sexta. Me gustaría saber...
Why is it that your technical staff is here today? And what is your assessment of this season? Anything left to improve? Anything positive? We are all here because we all work together. There is actually one more person who is not here but who is part of the group. A group who gave their all, who tried to help the players to achieve what they achieved. We won together, we lost together. A month ago or so, I said that we would be crying or laughing together. And that's what we're doing. We're laughing together. Because it all worked out as we hoped. That's why we are here. All of us ready to answer your questions. That's precisely what we came for. As for your other question about assessing the season, it's been a very good season. We've grown as a team, as a group. We wanted to play better, to be stronger, footballistically speaking, and the team has grown in that sense too. They played top-quality football. They broke records that were really hard to break. We won a championship that everybody who works in the field of football considers to be the most important one. It might not be as glamorous as the Champions League, but it's 11 months long, 38 matches. Only the best can win it, and that's why it is the title we wanted. We reached the Champions League semi-final 2 years in a row, so we're right there. It's different when you're eliminated in the group stage or in the round of 16. But when you make it to the semi-finals twice in a row, when you play 24 matches and only lose 2, you're right there. The Copa del Rey is the least important trophy of the 3, but we respected it just as much as the others. We fought for it just as much. And if we didn't go further than the quarterfinal or the round of 16, it certainly wasn't by lack of playing football, because I think that we did a spectacular match, and they didn't let us get a little further. Anyway, it was a very good season. I think our stats can't be better. Our Liga stats are impossible to improve. Obviously, we will try to win the Liga again, but those stats, we're well aware that it's impossible to... Well, impossible, nothing is impossible, but it would be difficult, very difficult to do it again.
Hola, buenas tardes. Juan Ignacio García Ochoa, el diario Marca.
Can you be 100% positive that Kaká will be there next season? Or is the club open to other clubs making offers for him? Look, I can't even be 100% positive that I will be here. Imagine that we have a disastrous match tomorrow, and that the president fires me the next morning. I can't guarantee anything. But I won't take back what I told the players and what I said a few days ago. I thank them all, no exception. I thank them all for their effort. Some gave more than others, and that's football, but they all took part in this victory. And my way, as a coach, to show my gratitude is by saying that they are all welcome back next season. If one of them makes the decision to leave, or thinks that other projects are more interesting or motivating, we will look into it. But the way the staff and I, and more especially the club, show our respect and gratitude to these players for everything they did is by saying, welcome, welcome back, and we will be thrilled to have all of you with us. But it's their decision, first and foremost. And we will obviously be ready to listen to any player who has something else on his mind.
Hola, Mister, aquí. Buenas tardes. Álvaro Montero de Deportes 4. Su antecesor en el cargo,
Your predecessor, Pellegrini, challenged his technical staff to make 100 points in Liga. Are you particularly excited to reach 100 points tomorrow, especially since it's an all-time record in Liga? What I'm excited about is to win the Liga. I've said from the start that it is not about trying to break records, and it's still true. For us, it is about winning games. We've won the Liga already, but we can still win matches. It's about playing seriously, about taking football seriously, taking the other team seriously, respect the championship, the essence of our job, which is more than our job, really, it's our passion. When you're a kid, nobody says, let's play to lose. We're going to play, but we're not going to try and win. So, beyond the 100 points and the records, what matters is to play happily and seriously, to enjoy the game, and that's what we'll try to do tomorrow. If winning means we reach 100 points, and this team breaks yet another record, that's even better. But it's about ambition, responsibility, playing seriously, giving people a good time, and not kidding around. A lot is being said about Gonzalo Higuaín these days. Apparently, you've talked to him a lot too. Are you convinced that he will stay, or has he confirmed his decision to you? Look, if somebody comes here with the money, as stipulated in the exit clause, there's nothing we can do. That's why it's complicated. You already know that I would like him to stay. It's also obvious that both the fans and the club would be delighted if Gonzalo stayed. But there's a reason why such clauses exist. If somebody comes, honestly, instead of trying to do things in our backs, if somebody comes and pays the money, there's absolutely nothing we can do. But, and what I'm about to say is also on behalf of the president, because I know he would allow me to say it, it's Gonzalo's decision, and we will not accept one single euro below the clause, because we don't want him to leave.
Hola, Mister. Thibault Leplat, para la télévision française, programme Téléfoot. Estamos aquí porque
in France, not everybody was lucky enough to watch all of Kaká's matches. Could you give us an assessment of his season? Has he improved since the previous season?
Gracias.
If they didn't see his matches in France, it's because they prefer to watch Sochaux play Montpellier. The games are broadcast. Whoever wants to watch them can watch them. As I said, all the players, and Kaká is one of them, took part in this Liga success. He had very good games, he had games where he was decisive, he had less positive games, and he had games where neither he nor I were happy in the end. But he didn't have any problems, no injuries, no sanctions, no problems at all. He was always either starting or on the bench to be subbed in. And he's one of the players I can say about that he had a positive participation and responsibility in our achievements.
Buenas tardes, Diego Jabalquinto, en directo para realmadrid.com. Mi pregunta es para Moraes.
Moraes, you are in charge of analyzing the opponents. How important is it to do that before each game? We know that there's a lot of unpredictability in football. By knowing the opponent, by knowing a coach or a player better, you have the possibility to lower the level of unpredictability, which in the end gives you the possibility to improve the final score.
Buenas tardes, Carlos Forjanes del diario AS. Mi pregunta es para el señor Rui Faria.
Rui Faria, you've been plagued with ejections this season. Do you think that the referees have you under close scrutiny? And also, do you think that you should maybe change your attitude a little bit? No, that's not how I see it. I always try to defend the team's interests, Real Madrid's interests, in everything I do. Whatever happened is in the past. And what's important now is to look ahead to the future, to enjoy what we've achieved together as a team, the objectives we've met. We had a great season, and as I've just said, what happened is in the past. Those were specific moments in which decisions, whether good or bad, were made, but those decisions are in the past. Do you think that the Bernabeu crowd can influence Higuaín and Adan somehow tomorrow by supporting them or asking them to stay, just as you've been doing? Will it make any difference? I think they're both Madridistas. Adan was born here. Pipa wasn't, but he was a teenager when he came here, and he's become a man. He was a player with promise, and he's become a fantastic player. They both bear Madrid in their hearts, and I think they'd be both happy to keep playing here. But as far as Antonio is concerned, he has his own ambitions. He wants to play each and every game, which is something we cannot promise him. In Gonzalo's case, it's a bit different. And there's not much I want to add about it. Just that some people seem to be forgetting that the players belong to the club from the day the contract comes into effect on. The club owns the players' sports rights. So whoever goes around offering a player's services in France, England, Italy, Germany, whoever does that is actually offering something that doesn't belong to them unless they pay 150 million euros. I wouldn't like it, I wouldn't be happy if somebody did pay that amount, but it could happen. If somebody pays that kind of money, Gonzalo has to go. But both Antonio and Gonzalo know that we want them to stay. Gonzalo because he's one of the best forwards in the world. And Adan, Silvino can tell you about him, but I think he's one of the young players with the most potential. And he gives us, in Casillas, a lot of protection. That's why I'd like it if Antonio could stay. Adan is a very good goalkeeper with a very bright future ahead of him. We're delighted to have worked with him these past 2 years. He's been getting better every single day, and that tells me all I need to know. He did a very good job in all the matches he played. He gives us absolute protection. And I hope he stays with us, because he's a good goalkeeper with a great future ahead of him. And he's a great professional. Rui Faria, it's been revealed in the Portuguese press a few days ago that you had been approached by Benfica to be their coach. Can you confirm or deny this? And a question to the Mister. A few months ago, you told us that it was the club's intention to activate Carvalho's contract extension clause. What's going to happen after all? I don't have to deny or confirm that piece of information. It's not really relevant, not really important. I've had many opportunities to talk about my future. I'm happy to be a part of this project here. This is my future at the moment. And I will keep collaborating with this team on this project in order to keep winning and to keep doing what we've been doing all these years. Regarding Ricardo, it's easy, because I know him well, very well. We've spent many years together. He knows me very well too. And we both know exactly what's going on. My personal opinion is that he's too good not to start. He's not some 20-year-old kid who's growing up. He's not a player on the verge of retiring. He's a great player who's still at the top of his potential. But this team developed in a certain way throughout the season, with Pepe and Sergio playing together and making up an untouchable pair. And Ricardo ended up not starting anymore. He's too good not to start, in my opinion. So, when this season is over, we will discuss things without any pressure. If he wants to stay, he will. We'll be delighted. If he thinks it's better for him to leave in order to play another 2 or 3 years at the highest level, we'll be delighted to help him do that. He won championships with me in Portugal, England and Spain. He's special in my career. So that's why we are here to collaborate, not to get into any type of conflict. He and I will talk and figure out what's best for him to be happy in these last years of his career.
Hola, mister. Por aquí Alberto Pereira, Onda Cero. Siempre a final de temporada dice que... Estás cansado de Caranca, ¿no?
You're tired of Caranca, aren't you? He's been talking here for 3 months, but today he's not asked anything. It's okay, it's okay. He talked more than I did. Go ahead, go ahead.
Se lo pregunto a usted y luego si quieren contestar los demás yo no tengo ningún problema. A final de temporada es cuando le gusta hacer los balances.
This is the time to assess the achievements of the season. As I always do, I'd ask you to give a score from 1 to 10 to Real Madrid season.
9.
a 9. But some players get a 10. They couldn't have done more to get a 10. The team as a whole, a 9. The technical staff, a 9 too. We're in charge, so we can't be above or below the overall score. But there's one player in particular who gets a 10. Don't ask me who though.
Hola, Marta Garrido de Real Madrid Televisión. La pregunta es para Aitor.
The player asked for a white stadium with the whole crowd wearing the white jersey. Do you expect a great atmosphere tomorrow to celebrate the Liga title? Yes. It would be the prize, the reward for a whole year of work. And celebrating this at home with your crowd, everybody wearing white, it would be nice. I had the opportunity to celebrate titles like these as a player, so you can imagine how it feels to get to do it again, with all these people who suffered through the whole year, who have been waiting for this day, with them until the end.
Aproveitar para perguntar que para manter este Real Madrid entre o 9,5 e o 10, que Real Madrid terá que ser na próxima época. Depois, onde é que esteve a chave do sucesso na viragem de clube que não ganhava o título há 3 anos? E em jeito de brincadeira, quanto é que o Caranca já tem de português?
A próxima temporada será...
As I've said before,
como eu disse antes,
I think it would be impossible to maintain the stats next season. Very difficult. I also think it would be very hard to improve the level of our game. Some people might still think there's only one type of football. I think there are many ways of playing football, many. And I don't know of any other team with a similar style as Real Madrid's who plays as well as we do. We don't want to change our style, but we do want to add some more quality solutions and options to it in order to strengthen the team. One aspect we do have to work on a lot and together is our mental strength, our psychology. Because this league has very specific characteristics. To give you an example, 94 points is what it would take this season to win the Liga, right? 94 points. This is just ridiculous. And it might be the same next season. So it's pretty complicated to maintain such a high level of consistency, ambition and motivation. It won't be easy to do better in the Champions League, but it's possible. We'll try to take one more step forward. We don't need a new squad, nor do we want one. It's normal if a couple of players join the team to make it better and more competitive, especially in a club like Real Madrid. And that's what we'll try to do in the next couple of months. But nice and easy, without any pressure. As far as Caranca is concerned, the players have a song that says it all. Should we sing it or what? Should we sing?
Vamos, cantamos a música de Caranca, ¿no? Oscar, ¿cantamos no? Caranca portugués, Caranca portugués, Caranca portugués.
Buenas tardes, Mr. Mario Torrejón de la cadena SER. Es evidente que a su lado la
It's obvious that he will keep the same technical staff. Now, as far as the club is concerned, will there be changes? Is Zidane going to have different responsibilities? Is the medical staff going to change? Is Toril going to stop coaching Real Madrid Castilla? I have no idea. You shouldn't ask me. You should ask whoever is in command. I'm not in command. Not at all. Now, I guess that should Zizou's responsibilities change, it would be having his best interests in mind, to make him stronger, happier, to get a more suited role. If something changes, it's for something better. As for Toril, he's doing a good job in my opinion. He's fighting for a spot in Segunda División. So I think it would be the right thing for him to keep coaching Castilla. But I really don't know. I just think it would be normal and that he deserves to continue. And as far as the medical staff goes, you always try to improve a little bit, just as you do with the technical staff in the squad. We do that in the technical staff by adding some new qualities, by adding some people who can help us be stronger. So I think we should follow the same direction with the medical staff. If we can improve a little bit, great. Because if you don't move forward, you end up going backwards as time goes by, as the seasons go by. And we definitely want to become better in every aspect, not worse. After the Bayern match, you said that this team had accomplished everything on their own, that they were left by themselves. Now, in Liga, what support were you missing? None. We've won the Liga. And it's well deserved. There are different ways of winning. You can win and still leave doubts in people's minds, or you can be convincing. This team was convincing. I don't think anybody can deny how fantastic this team has been this season. So there's nothing that we were missing. Now, if we can improve in some aspects in view next season, of course we'll try and improve.
Gracias.